Hello, everyone. I'm Derek,
And I'm Conrad.
and today we'll be playing Guns of Icarus, an indie game by Muse Games or Muse developers.
It's Muse Games.
Okay, Muse Games. So, anyways, Guns of Icarus is a kind of third-person game. I guess most of it's played in third person, anyways. And the objective of the game is to defend your Zeppelin against these airplanes as they fly around you and shoot at you. And you have to defend your Zeppelin for a certain amount of time, basically till it reaches the next port. And the more damage you take, the more goods you lose, and then you want to have the most goods by the end of the trip. And you have to also survive. And as you get damaged, critical parts of the ship will take damage. Like I can go to these engines over here and fix them, repairing them, and you just gotta go to different areas that are damaged to prevent your ship from blowing up and dying. Anyways, in the campaign mode, which we're playing multiplayer right now, but in the campaign mode, you can customize these different hard ports for different weapons, and you can choose how much armor you want on. You can make basically choices during the campaign that affect the gameplay. They're not huge choices, like we're not talking like anything that will make it unplayable if you make the wrong choice, but it's also kind of it has a little replayability if you're going to do that way. Like you can do one campaign mode where you went like with all one type of weapon, and then you choose another. You're going to go the other type of weapon.
Also, it depends on the different routes you go. Like some
Yeah,
routes actually have different difficulty levels than others.
exactly. Because like in the campaign, we'll show you a map maybe later. You can pick different areas to go, like your ship as a merchant to go across this land, and your goal is to reach the other side. And there's a total of 18 levels, although you don't have to play all 18 to get to the end. And you can if you want to as well, so it gives you the option if you want to really
I like
see
that
all the
better,
content.
like being able
Yeah,
to decide
the
if you
choice
if you want to do all
is
the
good.
levels.
How much is it on Steam? Exactly, I don't
It's
remember.
it's only $5 right now, and they're trying to raise money for
Their
an
sequel.
MMO kind of game
Yeah, they're
that
making
they're
Guns of Icarus
it's like
Online.
yeah, it's kind of like a sequel, and I think
Yeah,
it's
it's gonna
when
be.
you
They're
finish your
kind
sequel.
of classifying it as like a sequel. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
But yeah, if you finish the game, it might give you some background knowledge on
Yeah,
the
the lore of the game. Although I haven't finished the game. Have you? I've only played
I
it for a
just
little
got
bit.
it,
Yeah. So,
and
anyways,
actually it's pretty nice.
yeah. So far, it's been pretty good. Guns of Icarus Online, which is actually what I'm more interested in than this game, and one of the reasons why I bought this game was just to support the development of this game of Guns of Icarus Online. I also, you can go to if you well, let me explain what Guns of Icarus Online is first. It's basically an MMO, like Conrad said, and it's going to be using the same concept as this game, where you're flying around in a zeppelin, and you can move around in the zeppelin. It's not like some games will have you fly around the ship, and you're like you see it from above. But no, you'll be actually part of the ship. There'll be crews, and it'll be very like you can walk in and everything and stuff like that. And except for it'll be a lot more detailed than this game is. First of all, there'll be more weapons, more just broader, more content, and also you'll be able to steer the ship, which you can't do in this game. There'll be more
You think there'll be
tactics.
like a better maybe storyline, like they'll
Yes,
improve
they're
on.
going to be improving on everything basically. There'll be voice acting most likely. I don't know if there's voice acting, but there'll be quests, and it won't just be you hauling cargo throughout the land. You'll actually have other objectives to do, and you'll be fighting against other characters. They even said something about player-founded like areas or cities or towns. Like you can own a city or something like that. That would be pretty interesting. And if you want to support that, you can go to Kickstarters.com, and they have a project or a campaign there to raise $10,000. And I believe they've already reached that, but you can still donate to them. And depending on how much you donate, you can get certain rewards. Like I think if you donate $20, you get the copy of the game plus access to the beta, or maybe I think it's two copies of the game as well. And you can if you do, the more you donate, the more stuff you get. Like there's I think at a certain point you can get T-shirts or USB sticks, stuff like that. Yep.
And remember, like the more you contribute, the better the game will be.
Yeah,
The more
exactly. That's one of the best things about Kickstarters. Like, it's your choice. Like, if you donate a lot more, you're really being involved in like how well this game turns out if you donate more. It really helps the developers a lot. And we finished. That was a pretty short mission. We'll do another one just to showcase a little bit more of the game and talk about.
Wait, show them the uh campaign mode now. Just the
Okay,
routes and stuff.
yeah, I'll show you the campaign mode right now. So I haven't beaten the campaign yet, but if you go over here, you can see that there's different routes. Like I went through here, I could have gone here, and I could have gone here and then back and then here. But instead I went this way, and I can always backtrack, go there. Now, if I beat this level, I'll be faced with a choice. And here is the kind of customization you can get on the ships. Now you can like drag different weapons to different locations, and you unlock these hard points as you go further. And there's also armor, which you can upgrade. Like you can get more armor. And when you finish like a level, you'll have a choice to choose between different weapons and armor. Now you can see there's only 8 types of weapons, and they're pretty much the same. Like these weapons here are just like the first level of weapons, and then these are like the upgraded or super version of those weapons. It's pretty there. And the loading screens have these pretty interesting parts of lore, I guess. And the different towns are actually going to be more detailed in the actual MMO. And if you read on their website, they have different storylines, each of the campaign. And this is just the campaign mode. I'm going to go back to multiplayer. Wait, no. Trim menu. Wow. So let's go back to multiplayer. Now the multiplayer side of things, it's fun if you have other people that you want to play with, but don't expect random people to join your game because there's almost no one playing this game. It's not very big, especially on Steam. I don't think there's any. Well, I guess you could find a group.
We've only encountered one person in
Yeah.
like the entire world that plays this game.
Also, since this game is a indie game, there's also a lot of glitches, or it's not as stable as most people think, and it's crashed a few times. Like there, I couldn't select a map for some reason. I get that error a lot. We're gonna do one of the harder maps, Into the Breach. Conrad, can you join my game?
Hopefully hopefully the MMO will be better.
Yeah, they're putting a lot more effort into the MMO, and you can tell that if you look at from their trailers. Just the graphics and the artwork and the effects and stuff like that are just a lot better. And I think the MMO is also running on the Unity engine, which is amazing because it looks like actually it kind of looks like BioShock. If you've ever played BioShock, this art style is quite similar, and the character that's in the trailer is running around with a wrench. If you remember from BioShock, one of the weapons was a wrench, so it's pretty interesting like that. This is one of my favorite weapons right here. It shoots 30 rockets and they all homing, so you can just fire it anywhere and you'll guarantee to do some damage.
And it's pretty good to watch, you know.
Yeah, the graphics on this game aren't that bad either, and I like how it's really open and wide. Like
I love the guy. I love how he runs.
Yeah,
how the
animations are really good, and the animation in the actual one is pretty good too. Because instead of being you don't see the animation that much, but you're in first person in the other game, which is pretty good. I like first person better personally. I just don't like seeing this character run around. It's kind of weird.
Because I can't see his face, and it makes me want to see his face, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I can see your face though.
It's just covered up, you know.
Yeah, both our engines are critical. If you can see down there, you can see how much. If you look in the bottom right corner, you can see how much damage our engines have taken. And I think once you get to critical, you lose that or something. You don't have to repair it anymore. And also
once it reaches critical, it just means like that you're losing a lot of health and you will fail the mission.
Okay.
Unless you fix it.
In the MMO, at least, they're gonna have it where it's kind of more dynamic damage. Whereas if say you lose an engine, you'll lose an engine. Like you won't be able to turn. I'm not exactly sure how, but your Zeppelin will be affected in some way, like the mobility maybe, and maybe if you lose like this area here with the gas, you'll probably like explode or something. I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see what kind of different strategies evolve from that. Imagine in like PvP, people will go for certain areas first, and that's really cool. And also, there's been some rumor of boarding, like being able to board other ships. Like they showed on one of the dev documents like a harpoon. One of the guns would be a harpoon, and that sounds quite like they're going to be boarding. Also, they also mentioned that there's a possibility that they might also have flyable fighter ships. So you'll be able to fly around in these airplanes here and attack other ships, which will be really interesting. I encourage everyone to go and check out the trailer for Guns of Icarus Online,
The
which
theatrical trailer, not like the
no, both
playthrough.
trailers are really good, and yeah, they recently released a gameplay trailer. The theatrical trailer has been out for a while, and it's at Guns of Icarus Online. I think just gunsoficarus.com actually. You can check it out there. Also, I encourage everyone to go to kickstarters.com for to donate to this cause because you can get a pre-order, you'll get into beta, and you'll be able to see firsthand how good it is. And if you're not so sure about it, maybe spending $5 on Steam is worth it to play this game. I mean, this game's about like an hour of playtime, especially if you have a friend in multiplayer. It's not that bad. You can hop on like once in a while
About
and just
12 people per server. You know, it can't. It's not too crowded, because otherwise it'd just be
exactly.
too easier. Everyone's out of cannon, and
Yeah,
like everybody's repairing.
it's
Then
pretty
it'd just
balanced
be.
in that way. Yeah. And if you have friends, it's really good. But if you don't have friends, I doubt you're gonna be playing on multiplayer that much unless like you meet someone online that has it, because like we said already, we haven't found anyone doing this, and we're losing right now. Although we're not doing too bad. This level is one of the harder ones. Although we're just not focused, and I
We're just
assume
up in flames right now.
yeah.
We're being swarmed. I mean, look, if you look at the mini map on the bottom left corner,
So, yeah.
we're just, you know,
Yeah, there's and that's
it's
also
kind
a
of
really cool thing is there's like 50 different. You can have a lot. There's a lot of airplanes on the map at one time. The graphics aren't that bad either in this game for an indie developer. I mean, it doesn't have that many set
5 plus
pieces,
even, you know.
but what I really like is on different levels you have weather effects, which is another thing they'll have in the MMO. They'll have dynamic weather, so you can be say encounter a rainstorm, and that'll probably affect the way your zeppelin flies, and you can make choices about that, like I'm not gonna go here because there's a storm, or avoid, or like, and you can also hide in the clouds, I guess, to avoid people or attack them with surprise, which would be really
Also,
fun.
there's a variety in repairing. Like
Yeah,
if you need to repair something, um, yeah, if you can become an engineer, and like there's different perks and stuff if you're an engineer, captain, or
yeah, yeah. You have different
a
abilities.
gunsman. But if you choose to be a repairman, you go around repairing things, but you choose the method of if it's on fire,
You
you
have to
go
pick extinguisher.
and
You
you
have to pick an
choose a
extinguisher.
fire extinguisher and you put it out that way. If you it needs like if like parts are coming off, you get a wrench or
Something like
it's just
that.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not just clicking it like we do here. And look, we survived 170 meters of pirates before the Icarus fell to the burning earth. So that was a look at Guns of Icarus.